Hey guys, Coach Laura here. Welcome to just a little side training of something, a little project that I've been working on the past few weeks. And so I wanted to share with you guys today what I like to call my master contact list. And I'm just going to show you kind of a little mock one of it since mine is live and active, so I have all of my contacts on there. Or majority of the ones that I'm working with right now. But so I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. It was a system that I created when I joined the Diamond or Bust group back in August. And if you guys have been in there, or if you're on the Epic Dream team and you've been in an Emerald push group or Shine to Diamond group, you know the systems have changed, and we are now making those 200 name lists. So you write down a list of 200 friends, family, co-workers, relatives, whatever you got going on your list. And I'm sorry, I'm looking down at my paper here. I have a notebook, but right here. So you look down at that and you have your list of 200 names. And then going and reaching out to them, right? So when I first was in Diamond or Bust group, we were reaching out to 200 people in 7 days, so 1 week period. And I thought to myself, oh my goodness, like that is so exciting. This will really get me in gear to, hit my diamond goal. And the thing was, though, I also knew it scared me because I immediately thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to keep track of 200 contacts? So what I immediately did, I just went back to what I normally did, which was wrote down all my names, pen and paper. And I had this little Christy voice in the back of my head that said, use Google Drive, use Google Forms, not Sheets, Forms. And so in the midst of it all, I didn't do that, but afterwards I did, and now this is, something that has just completely simplified my life. So I really hope, it works for you guys and that you enjoy it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and screen share with you here what I've got going on. And so, all right. Okay, so I am in my Google Drive. So if you just if you guys have a Gmail account, or if you don't, you can just create your own, and I just search Google Drive. It comes up on the top and I click it. So mine's just automatically signed in, and you can download Google Drive as an app as well. So I'll get into that in a little bit here. But so I have all of my contacts filed. So it just, like if you had your own filing cabinet, I just keep it right here. So I'm just going to go to my contact list. And so you can see that I have ones for my personally sponsored coaches, my current challenge group members, and I have a 3 months out folder, which I'll get into that in a second here, which if you guys have been in the business, maybe you're brand new, you know that when people say no, it just means not right now. So I file those people into my 3 months out. But for right now, we're just going to go into this. We would go into here, which is my master contact list. But like I said, we're going to do the mock trial one. So this was my live master contact list, but you guys can see that there, and it's not letting me do that. Okay, so you guys can just see that there, and then here I just have it separate, is our little mock trial one. All right, so here we go. And so this is for the Epic Dream team. So anyone that's on here, you guys can use this. You're more than welcome to. If you want to create your own, you can just go to File, make a copy right here, and then you'll have your own copy. You're not, I don't think you can edit this form actually. So you're able to add your own contacts to it and save it to your drive and use it yourself. So right here up at the top, what I did is I put down the names of, obviously, that way you know who you're talking to, of all my clients, form or connecting. So form as the acronym. And then step 1 through 5 of I use the Anita Myron 5-step invite. And what I actually do, though, is I'll give you guys a little insight as to what I do. Is I actually have a step for Shakeology, just a little Shakeology focus. So if you guys look on either the file section in our team page, go to the Anita Myron 5-step script, or christycurtis.com, you'll see there in our trainings that there's a little step that is just tailored to Shakeology, so people really get that added value and benefit. So that's really cool. So then you're not hearing as many objections when it comes to the price of Shakeology. Along with you can also tack on a little story if it relates to them. I say that right there, it says share your story, so make sure you're doing that as well. Okay, so I do the 5-step invite process, and right here, this top part, so kind of columns 1 through 19, you'll see, or rows, that these would be my active conversations. So this can fill up pretty quickly. So what I like to do is I'll, at the end of each week, so usually Saturdays, which is today for me, I'll go into my contact list, and what I'll do is anybody that's in the red, which in red means that they're just, not right now, this is not going to work for them at this time, I'll go and or I'll cut this person, so not copy but cut, and then paste it into my 3 months out file. So now I like to do, though, is still continue forming with those people. I like to check back with them. For those that are, say, hey, like next month will work better for me, I usually keep them on this list if they say next month will work. So I know to keep it in touch with them. But so yeah, so 3 months out, and then to go back to that person when it's a better time for them or more convenient. Or if you've just kind of built up that relationship and okay, this person just isn't looking like it's right for them, then 3 months out is the best way to go. So okay, so I'll take, you have all these active and live conversations going with people, and what I'll do, so we'll say we have Kelly here, and I'm just going to add a Kelly M. So we started talking today, and about her kids and everything, and she was saying how the school year is just getting so busy, and she just wants, just doesn't have time for a healthy breakfast. So I would immediately go into, I would say yes to Kelly, we have formed. And then I would immediately go into our initial invite, which I would just say, well, hey, I remember when I used to feel that way all the time as a barista, and I would just share with her my story as a barista, and working with and going through hundreds of customers in the first 6 hours that you're working. You're the only one in the shop. I remember I didn't have time to eat either, or just didn't feel like it, and so I wish I had tried Shakeology. Would that be something that you're interested in? And I would, give her a little detail as to what Shakeology is. It's a whole foods drink, that sort of thing. And so I would then, from there, I would say yes, that I did send that initial invite. And if she says, yeah, I would love to learn more about that, then I go ahead and put another yes. Now you guys can, or why for a yes. You guys can obviously tailor this to however works in your memory. This is just what works for me. And then from here, I'd ask her about her goals. And after I send that off, I'll go ahead and say yes. So I check mark that. I set her those goals. Step 3 is give her the details on my challenge group. So, say, hey, well, absolutely love your goals. I'm super pumped to, share with you throughout this journey. It sounds like you have some incredible things that are going on in your life and goals that you're wanting to work towards. Here's what I have to offer in a challenge group. And so now I would give her just that quick little rundown of what a challenge group is. You guys can tailor that to however you put however you come off within your challenge groups. So, maybe you're doing like a mud runner competition to where you guys have a date to that mud runner time and it's coming up, and so that's what you guys are prepping for within your challenge group, something along those lines, so people know what they're stepping into. For me, I like to share that it's a community page and that we are just working together to better our health and fitness for the long term, along with we have it's just a nice accountability group, along with supporting and sharing tips and recipes and that sort of thing. So that's what I give that to them, and so from there, and they said, yes, I love that idea. I want to learn more. So what do I do? What do I need to do to get started? And so from here, I give them that solution. And by solution, I mean to their goals. So whatever their goals were in step 2, you guys can go back. You can even copy and paste and put it in the little box here. That gets to be a little too wordy for me, so I just go back and look into their messages or email or however we're connecting. And I just go back and find maybe 2, 3, 4 programs or the club membership that really stands out to me for this person and their personality and in their lifestyle. So if they're busy, obviously I would suggest 10-minute trainer, T25 or P90X3, and then go from there. So you give them that solution and you give them the videos so they can make that choice on their own. And I say check, yes, I sent that over to them. So then from there, we would go over Shakeology, like I was telling you guys before. And in the Shakeology, I like to really focus in on how it's not just for athletes, or it's not, a protein shake or anything like that, but what it is, it's a whole foods drink, and it really, bridges that gap when it comes to the low nutrition density that is so prevalent today in our society. So no matter who you are, almost anyone can benefit from Shakeology. So I go into that, send that over, and then I always say how it's benefited my life, sharing my story. It gave me more energy. I have more focus during the day. I have, I'm just happier, better mood all around. So, and then from there, we discuss pricing and then when's a good time for us to go and get their order placed. So I would maybe say if they put Monday, 3 p.m., that's when I would call them. And we got their order placed that day. And so from there, we'll just leave that. Okay, and then from there, what day to follow up with their order shipment. So, 7 days out basically is what I usually do, or just, I kind of have a set day that next week where I just kind of check in with everyone. So, okay, so Kelly, we went through, and so usually this process for me takes a couple days with people. I don't get it all done in one day. It's usually, 2 to 3 days at max. And from there, so I kind of give myself little notes as I go. So what I do is, you guys can see my key over here. Actually, I'll show you that first. So the red means, maybe I invited them, but I didn't hear anything back. And so, and I followed up with them a couple days later and be like, hey, I thought of you again for, I thought of you for my next upcoming group. Was that something you're interested in? If I don't hear back from them and I've reached out to them probably 2 or 3 times, then I'm going to go ahead and put them in the file me section. So I would just mark it as red, and then I know that come Saturday, I'll just file them elsewhere. If they said, yes, I would love to learn more information, then this conversation immediately becomes active. And so I'm going to highlight that. And that's just how I remember it, guys. This is literally just the color coordinating is for my own personal benefit. So you can do whatever works for you. This doesn't have to, you don't have to use these colors or anything like that. This is just what works for me. So then, maybe me and Kelly say we're on step 3 and it's Tuesday, and You know, my time's running low. She's got to go do stuff. So we're going to check back in here on Wednesday. So I know, since at this point all of these would be blank, so we stopped at step 3 when we stopped talking the day before. So on Monday, you know, we got the initial invite out. Tuesday, we stopped at step 3. And so when we come back here tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to go and look back at my notes and be like, okay, so we're on step 3. Is it my turn or her turn? Who's responding here? And and then go from there. And then I continue the process and the step through there. So this is really cool because you don't have that weighing on your memory. It's just, you can literally come back here and check in with that person. I don't know if it's an old habit of mine that I picked up when I was a waitress and was a barista, but for some reason, stuff like that, I just want to store in my memory. And when you're talking to 200 plus people, it becomes very crammed in there. So this was actually a huge stress relief for me. And so that's one reason why I absolutely love this contact list. So then I would go and I would look back and be like, okay, so I sent Kelly the details. Maybe she didn't respond, you know, just be like, hey, Kelly, was that something you were still interested in? And then get that ball rolling again. So from there, once we go through that whole process, Kelly's ordered, she's good to go. She has her challenge pack. We, you know, signed her up over the phone. I like to do over the phone. It seems like you can really form with people and connect with them. It's more personal that way. It might take a little bit longer, especially your first couple tries, but I'm telling you, it's well worth it. People, you know, that memory sticks in their mind when you walk through that process with them. So then from there, she has her challenge pack, and I'm going to go ahead, and now Kelly is officially, oop, wrong color. Just joking, guys. That plan backfired. So, okay, so there we go. Okay, so Kelly, now I know she's going to be in my upcoming group. So maybe on the 18th, Kelly's going to be in my mixed program group. So I just make a note of that here, and she's going to be starting with the 21-day fix. And so from here, this is where I actually copy and paste their goals. And I just copy and paste that there. And so then I know what she's working towards come day 1 of that group. So then I can go back and look here. So, okay, so there's Kelly. She's starting, we went through the whole 5-step in my process. She rocked it, she killed it. And I'm super pumped for her. So she's starting on the 18th. And with the 21-day fix, here's her goals. So we had everything marked out from there, from you know, day 1 when I reached out to her to through the 5-step in my process and the ordering process and everything. So it's really cool, and it's just simple and clean to where you know, it just doesn't weigh on your brain the whole time. And then from there, so these are, like I said before, these are active conversations that I've had going on, since it usually takes a couple days. And then down here, this is the fun part for me, because it means that you have new people you're talking to. You have new people in your network, or that maybe they've been in your network for a while, you just haven't reached out to them. Maybe it's a little nerve-wracking too. And so that is what this list is for right here. So what I do is I aim to add at the minimum 10 people on this list every single day. If it's the beginning of the month, I start out with 40 to 50 people. And I go into my Facebook, I go into my Instagram, I'll go to my like page, and I just fill this up from, it's usually before the beginning of the month, so I know that I have those contacts there. But I'll go and I'll fill it up with my 40 to 50 people. And so then I like right now, my current goal is to talk to 10 to 20 people a day. So I know I at least have, you know, enough people within this list to invite, form, and connect with for the next 2.5 days to 5 days. I know it's kind of a broad range right there. I am trying to figure out what works best for me. And at this current point, my goal is to talk to 20 people a day. So that's, I'm just fine tuning my systems. That way I can do that more effectively and more efficiently. That, in a way that works for me. So right now, I have my 40, 50 people, and I just write down their names. That's it. That's step one. From there, so say we have Bob, and I'm going to connect with Bob today. It's Monday, and I'm just going to send him a quick little, hey there, a little shout out, seeing how he's doing, how life has been. Comment about something on his news feed, or things that are going on, and just ask how he's been. So what's new? And so from there, I put, once again, a little note for myself, and I just say, yes, I formed with Bob. And if Bob responds, because not everybody responds, but then again, a lot of people do when you're just forming with them, because you're just having a regular old casual conversation, right? So I'll go and highlight Bob, and he's going to be green, just like if I have somebody said yes to a, I'm trying to do too many things at once here. So if somebody says yes to an invite of mine, I do the same thing down here. And so I know this conversation is active. We're talking, right? So I have my 10 people for the day, and we chit chat. Going the wrong way. And so we chit chat and everything. And now some of these people, now this is pretty cool. If you go to your Facebook and you have people that, maybe you've already started building that conversation with, you've talked and formed on comments and pictures, or, maybe you've talked in personal message a couple times, but maybe it was kind of awkward and you're just like, I wasn't sure where to go with the conversation from there. This is your chance now to go back to those people and invite them to what you're doing. So if Carol, I've already talked with her, and last time we talked, she was looking for a personal trainer and she was wanting to start at the gym. I can go back to Carol and ask, how that's going with her, and, let her know, hey, I have a new wave of participants coming up here on the 18th of my monthly workout group. Would that be something that would interest you and that you want to learn more about? So I'm going to go to Carol and ask her those things, and so that would also be a form/invite. So I would just say form, and I invited with her, and then I can also bump up Carol up here to my active contact list. So that's what I do with this list. I like to get 200 names on here at the minimum every single month. So 200 names all the way down. And I just really want to make sure that I am forming with people, that I'm inviting 10 people a day at the minimum. And these are my goals. Once again, these don't have to be everybody's goals. And these are just what are working for me right now. And then from there, keeping track of those people through the 5-step invite process, and through whether or not they signed up as a coach or discount coach, or maybe they want to refer friends or build the business. So I ask people that within that 5-step invite process. And then from there, like I said, I like to transfer these people at the end of the week, and then at the very latest, I'll go to the end of the month. And I'll just take everybody's names that are on here. If I didn't reach out to them, they'll stay on the page. Everybody that I didn't reach, or that I did reach out to, I'll go back. There we go. I'll go back and I'll put them into my 3 months out list. So this is pretty cool. So you guys can see here, and these were active conversations. And so I know I talked with those people, and then I'll just add them to the list. And so from here, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean like, yay, I know that I can go back to this list and review those conversations, and I know what went on. And so I can go back to it and be like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot that I reached out to Jenny in June. Like, I want to talk with her. So I'm going to go back and, see how she's doing. So you can use this as I call it the 3 months out / relationship builder list. So I think that's really cool, because then you're not, I think for me, that was a huge aha moment of mine when I realized that I was just I would kind of let people fall off. So when I put them in that 3 month out list, it really helps me to stay on track and to, know to, okay, go back to that person. Oh yeah, we talked about this. Oh, okay, now I can, ask about how their kids are doing and how that first year of kindergarten is going for their son. So you can really be engaged and talking with those people while you're still forming and inviting for that new wave, and not overloading those that you've already talked to. So that's my contact list, guys. I hope that was super helpful for you when it comes to just, creating that contact list, having those people that you're going to invite with intent and heart and passion every single month, and making sure, you're not just, going at the same people each month. That was another guilty habit of mine, but you're changing it up, you're expanding your network, and you're adding those people to your contact list to get in touch with. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Hope you have a great and wonderful night.